guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one, and today's video is a part of a collaboration hosted by another Ashley here on YouTube from Joyful Noise Learning. She's hosting a Homeschooling Goals collaboration full of other homeschooling mamas. So you want to make sure that you check out Ashley's channel along with the playlist that's going to be linked down in the description box, because you may have some of the same goals that we have. You may be feeling the same way that we're feeling. Who knows? You may get some inspiration. So definitely check that out. And thank you to Ashley for hosting this collaboration. So our goals that we have for our homeschool year are not academic at all. So if you're here for academic goals, I'm sorry. The academics is always going to be there. Like the bookwork and the learning will be there always. And so I really wanted to set some goals for ourselves that were just a little bit different. Something that I felt like was missing from our day and from our homeschool. So let's start with our first goal. Our first goal for this school year is physical activity, like actually doing something, moving around, getting outside, doing something physical as a part of our homeschool day. It makes such a difference in the way that we feel, not only about ourselves, but just in general, how well we feel when we get up and we move. But what's also important is that we're doing something that we enjoy. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to participate in physical activity that isn't any fun or it's not something I enjoy. I don't like to run. I'm not someone who's going to go out and start running. I don't like tons of organized sports. So I knew I had to find something for me that I would enjoy, and I knew it was up to my son to find something that he enjoyed. He doesn't like organized sports either, but he does love to do stuff at home. And I'm sorry if the light changes. It's like a partly cloudy day. I'm sorry. So just bear with me on that. So one of the things that I've always enjoyed doing from the time I was 3 up through high school and even now is dance. I took dance for many, many years. I loved dance. And that's one thing I really missed about my adult life, is that there weren't any dance classes to take. Now I live in a really small town. They don't offer adult dance classes. So when I was looking for exercise, I wanted something that kind of reminded me of going to a dance class, because that is what I enjoy. So let me share with you what I do, and I don't do this every day. My goal is to get physical activity at least 3 to 4 times a week. And I do it through using size. I don't know if you know Sean T. He's been around forever. Like I did T25. Hip hop abs, like he has all kinds of things. He's a part of Beachbody. But anyway, this size workout came out years ago. I mean, I saw it years and years ago. But when I was looking for something to do this year, something fun, something that would get me up and moving, I'm like, you know what? I want to do that. I love this because you learn a dance routine. So they're usually about 40 to 50 minutes long. There's a couple of shorter ones that are like 30 minutes. But within this, you learn a dance routine. And at the end of that exercise, you build up to learn it. And like the last 3 minutes, it is put to current music that you've heard on the radio, if you listen to current hits. And you do a dance routine, and I have absolutely loved it. It does not feel like exercise to me because it is so much fun. So I bought this off Amazon because a Beachbody subscription is just not something I'm ready for. Too much of a commitment. So I ordered this off Amazon, and I'll link it down below if you want to check it out, but I love it. Now, as far as my son goes, he doesn't want to do that. He'll come in there and watch me do it, and he'll be silly and he'll dance around, but he won't do that with me. So for him, we just added it to his bucket. So if you don't know about the bucket system, this is something we've been using for months. I can't remember if we started in March or April of last year, but it's a great system for time management for your kids and for your family. I'll link my video down below that explains this, but this is something we have really stuck to and has worked wonders for my son. And so one of his clips is physical activity. It's up to him when he does it and how he does it. And every day is different. Sometimes he wants to do it first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's later in the day. Sometimes it's at night before he goes to bed. Like sometimes he just forgets and he's like, oh, I didn't do my physical activity. So he gets to choose. And that's a big part of incorporating physical activity into your life. You need to have that choice of when it's done and how it's done. So sometimes he plays volleyball. We'll go out and play volleyball together. He loves to shoot baskets. He loves to go swimming. And so sometimes when we're at the pool, he'll swim laps. He likes to go, did I say go for walks? I don't remember if I did. He does like to go for walks. And so he will figure out what he wants to do. And if it's raining or it's gotten too late in the day, he'll turn on music. And we have like the perfect circle in our house from our living room and our dining room and hallway. And he'll turn on music and he'll run laps inside of our house. So it's really up to him. He gets to decide what he wants to do, and that makes all the difference. So that's our first goal, is that physical activity is a part of every single day of our life because it is very important. My second goal this year, I was sitting around thinking, what do I want to do? What is missing from our homeschool? And I was thinking about when I was a teacher, I worked my behind off trying to make lessons engaging and fun. And I loved it. Like, I loved every part of it, because learning, I know a lot of people will say, well, math is math. You just got to learn it. And sometimes things aren't fun. But you know what? If you take those mundane tasks or those tasks that you don't like and you make them a little more enjoyable, why not do that for kids? Why can't we make math more fun? Why can't we make those things they're not looking forward to more interesting and engaging? So my second goal for our homeschool is to make this year more fun and more adventurous. That's going to be including more things when we're here at home and also going on fun adventures. And so I want to talk about those things. So one of the things I did was I grabbed myself a handy dandy notebook, and you know, if you're 40, you need at least a Frank notebook, right? So I grabbed my notebook and I just started making a list of different places that were within an hour to 2 hours of where we live, because my husband works during the week. And so if I'm taking my son by myself, I don't want to go too far. So I started making a list of all these different places that we could go. Some we've been there before and some are brand new. I listed hours. I listed if I needed to pre-purchase tickets. And then I asked my son, where do you want to go? Where's somewhere you'd like to go? Somewhere we've been before and you want to do a repeat visit? Where do you want to go? And we just started making a huge list of all the places that we want to go, so that we can have more adventure. We were stuck at home for a year and we are ready to get out of the house. Even if we have to cover our faces, that's okay, because we want to get out of the house and explore. And there's so much learning to be had when you step outside and you go on fun adventures. So I started with a notebook, just writing down a bunch of different things. Now, it's not always going to be things that cost money. Sometimes it's trying out a new park or going on a hike, or going on a picnic somewhere. Like, some things are going to be rather inexpensive. And then some places will be like museums or space centers. And then there's even trips worked in there. We love going to the mountains. We've already been on a trip to St. Augustine, and we plan on going back to the beach. So there are things that we want to do, and we're just making lists, and we're going to pick from those lists. And I plan to do it either every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what the adventure is. So that is just a huge goal of ours, is to make this year more fun and more adventurous than we were in the past, especially this past year. We couldn't really help it, but we can fix it now. We can fix it now. So one of the things I did is I just took this little, oh my goodness, what are these called? Bullet journals. I took this little bullet journal, and in the back, I wrote down 21 new adventures, since it was the homeschool year of 21-22. And before 2022, I want us to go on 21 new adventures. And so I just want to write them down. And so far, we did 2 adventures in a town that's 20 minutes away from us that we had never done. We've lived here all of our life. And they were as simple as walking across a footbridge and going to a clock tower. Like, simple adventures. We've been to St. Augustine, and then we also went to a Buc-ee's. I don't know if you've ever been to a Buc-ee's, but we just had one built close to us. We did not get to go to the one close to St. Augustine because we had our dog with us, and I wasn't about to take her in there. But there was one that was built close to us, so we went and experienced a Buc-ee's. And while that is just a huge like travel pit stop, you know, it's got gas station and all that, it was an experience. And so my goal is to fill in these 21 adventures here. And then another thing I'm doing, I mean, who has not seen Up? I'm writing down the ideas here, and as we go on these adventures, I'm just coloring in the little cloud to show that we went on them. So is this extra? Yeah, but it's also fun. So those are our goals. So we're going to get more physical activity, and we're going to be fun and adventurous this year. That is our plan. So don't forget to watch the other mamas in the playlist linked down below. Thanks again to Ashley for hosting this collaboration. If you love homeschooling content, unit studies, all those kind of things, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching.